The night started like any other Weverse live. Jungkook appeared on screen, wearing a simple black hoodie, his hair slightly messy yet effortlessly charming, his deep eyes glowing under the warm yellow light of his room. The background looked familiar, the same soft-toned wall, the same cozy atmosphere that made fans feel like they were right there with him. His smile, that easy grin that always melts millions of hearts, welcomed everyone with a soft "annyeong." But no one could have predicted what was about to happen. Within minutes, more than 2 million fans flooded into the live. Comments moved faster than lightning, hearts flying non-stop. "Jungkook, we missed you. What are you doing? You look tired, are you okay?" It was supposed to be another chill night. Jungkook talking about his day, singing a few lines, joking about his dog Bam, maybe even teasing ARMY with a little dance. But something in his eyes felt different. There was warmth, yes, but also a shadow. As he leaned closer to the camera, his voice dropped softer, almost fragile. "It's been a long day," he said, with a small sigh that only made fans lean in closer. Then, without warning, he smiled again. That smile that hides 1,000 emotions. The chat exploded with loved armies were typing furiously. "You did great today. We're proud of you. Rest well, Kokie." And then it happened. Right when the atmosphere was getting cozy, Jungkook suddenly looked off camera, his expression shifting from calm to unreadable. A second later, he said quietly, "Wait a minute." And then, the screen went black. Silence. The live was over. No goodbye. No see you soon. No wave. Just darkness. Within seconds, social media turned into a storm. "What happened to Jungkook?" trended worldwide. Fans from every corner of the planet, from Korea, Indonesia, Brazil, to the US, flooded Twitter, X, TikTok, and Weverse with questions, theories, and panic. Did something happen off-screen? Was someone there? Did he get emotional? No one knew. For hours, the fandom was restless. Videos of the live spread like wildfire, slowed down, analyzed, zoomed in, every frame dissected. Some fans claimed they heard a faint sound before the screen went dark. Others swore Jungkook's expression changed like he was fighting back tears. His eyes looked red. Did he get a call? Was it Bam? Or maybe something personal? The theories grew, but what made it even more emotional was how fans reacted, not with anger, but with worry and love. Armies flooded Weverse with messages. "Don't apologize, Jungkook. We just hope you're okay. Whatever it is, we're always with you. You don't owe us an explanation. Take your time." And that's what made the moment so powerful, because even though the live ended suddenly, what remained was the deep, invisible bond between Jungkook and his fans, a connection that doesn't need words. Hours passed. Midnight in Seoul came and went. Still no update. The silence only made the speculation louder. Did he cry? Did he feel overwhelmed? Was it something about his upcoming project? And then, early in the morning, at 3:14 a.m., a small notification appeared on Weverse. It was a post from Jungkook. Just one line. "I'm okay. Don't worry too much. Army Purple Heart." Simple. Short. But it hit like a wave of relief. Fans began crying, posting emotional edits, trending hashtags like #WeLoveYouJungkook and #AlwaysWithJK. TikTok videos with the clip of him whispering, "Wait a minute," before the blackout started gaining millions of views. Each caption filled with messages like, "He didn't have to say anything. We felt it." But behind that relief, a new question rose. Why did he end it so suddenly? Some fans believed it was exhaustion. Jungkook had been practicing and working non-stop, and his body just couldn't take more. Others whispered about emotional burnout, that even idols need space, and maybe that night, he simply needed to breathe. But a third theory, the most viral one, suggested something deeper. In the clip before he ended the live, Jungkook had briefly turned his head toward the right side of the room, where a faint shadow appeared on the wall. Fans slowed the video down to 0.25x speed and claimed they saw a figure move, as if someone had entered quietly. Could it have been a staff member, a friend, a family member, or someone unexpected? The mystery only grew, fueling endless discussions online. Some fans said they heard a faint knock. Others thought they saw Jungkook glance down at his phone just before cutting off. Whatever it was, one thing was certain. The moment became one of the most talked about events in BTS Weverse history. But perhaps the most touching part was how fans responded. not as entitled viewers, but as protectors. They started a global movement. Hashtag Let Jungkook Rest. Fans began sharing stories about mental health, burnout, and the pressure of fame. Army pages turned into communities of comfort, reminding each other that idols are human too. Some even wrote letters online, expressing gratitude for his honesty, his music, and the way he always gives his all. And when Jungkook later appeared again on Weverse, 2 days later, wearing the same hoodie, his hair slightly damp like he'd just showered, he smiled softly and said, "I didn't mean to worry you." The chat exploded instantly. Fans were crying, laughing, sending hearts like a waterfall. "We're just glad you're okay. Don't apologize. You mean so much to us." Jungkook chuckled. "I just needed a little time." He paused, then added something that made everyone fall silent. "Sometimes, even when you're smiling, you can still feel heavy inside." Those words broke the internet. Fans shared the quote everywhere, adding captions like, "Protect him at all costs," and "Our golden maknae is human too." And in that moment, Jungkook reminded the world why he's not just a superstar, but a soul that connects deeply with millions. Behind the glamour, behind the flashing lights and awards, there's a young man who still struggles, still feels, still needs to pause. The sudden ending of that live wasn't a scandal. It was real, raw, human, and that's exactly why fans love him even more. The story didn't end there, though. After that live, ARMY started noticing something unusual. Jungkook seemed to post fewer selfies, but when he did, they carried a new kind of calm. His captions were shorter, simpler, filled with emojis and warmth. It was as if he had silently reset his rhythm, learning to breathe again, on his own terms. Fans respected that N01 demanded more content. Instead, they sent messages like, "Take your time, we'll be here when you're ready." The fandom matured, and Jungkook did too. In interviews later that month, when asked about that live, Jungkook smiled softly and said, "Sometimes when I go live, I forget there are millions watching. It feels like I'm just talking to friends. That night, I just needed a moment. Thank you for understanding." Those words melted everyone's hearts, because that's Jungkook, open, honest, real. His sudden exit from that Weverse live became more than a moment. It became a lesson about empathy, about understanding the weight that even the brightest stars carry. And now, months later, fans still talk about that night. Not with worry, but with warmth. That it's become one of those legendary Jungkook moments. Like the night he cried on stage during Still With You, or when he spoke softly about missing ARMY during his solo promotions. Because in every silence, in every tear, in every unspoken pause, Jungkook communicates something deeper than words ever could. That he shows that vulnerability isn't weakness, it's truth. And that's what makes him not just an idol, but an icon of authenticity in a world that often hides behind filters and perfection. So yes, the night he left his Weverse live will always be remembered, not for the mystery, not for the panic, but for what it revealed. A glimpse of the real Jungkook, the one who laughs, sings, loves his fans endlessly, but also gets tired, needs quiet, and feels everything deeply. And maybe that's why millions continue to adore him, not just as BTS's golden maknae, but as a human who dares to be real in front of the world. Because sometimes the most powerful moments aren't the ones filled with music or words, but the quiet ones, where a screen goes black and hearts across the world whisper in unison, "It's okay, Jungkook. We understand." ARMY, what did you feel when Jungkook suddenly left that live? Were you watching it live? Do you think he was hiding something deeper, or just needed a break? Share your thoughts in the comments below, because every opinion, every heart, every word counts. Purple Heart.